Hey, after living with this setup for a few weeks now, every time I sit down to watch or listen it feels like the room finally learned how sound was meant to behave. Klipsch CORE 210. This is for someone who's watched movie scenes and thought this should feel deeper, who's bumped up the volume just to chase presence, who's listened to music and felt something was missing. You're the kind of person who doesn't settle for thin audio because you feel when something sounds right. Before anything else, take a moment to check the current price and stock. Dolby Atmos systems like this don't linger quietly and pricing can shift fast. You knew it was time for an upgrade the moment your old setup left dialogue buried under effects, when explosions felt flat instead of powerful, or when music just didn't move you the way it should. That subtle something's off feeling? Once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. The first time you fire this up, the difference hits emotionally before anything else. Sound doesn't just come at you, it surrounds you. Voices stay anchored and clear without shouting. Height effects feel above you instead of just louder fronts. And that 10 inches wireless sub doesn't just rumble, it anchors the low end so bass finally feels controlled, deep, and meaningful. That emotional relief, where sound stops feeling thin and starts feeling intentional, is what makes this upgrade feel real. Whether you're watching high-impact movies, gaming with immersive design, or streaming music you actually listen to, this system doesn't just play sound, it shapes it. Quiet scenes stay nuanced, big moments hold weight, and everyday listening feels like something you look forward to rather than settle through. Once you've experienced performance this commanding, every cheap bar suddenly feels like what you used to tolerate. Every time you consider skimping on quality, you remember the depth and presence that instantly feels normal now. That pull, that fear of going back, keeps steering you towards systems like this because once you've felt it, you don't want to lose it. Don't let strange price dips or stock works be the reason you delay what your setup actually needed. This is one of those upgrades you'll look back on and think, why didn't I do this sooner? Because suddenly everyday content feels alive instead of flat. If you're wondering whether a 3.1.2 Dolby Atmos soundbar really makes a difference, that doubt usually disappears the moment high cues actually feel like they come from above, not just around. And here's the part most people don't expect: it doesn't just get louder, it feels balanced. Dialogue stays clear, music stays rich, and effects feel intentional. Owning sound that finally matches what you see changes how your space feels. You don't chase volume, you experience sound. Immersive surround that feels natural, dialogue that stays anchored and clear, deep, controlled bass you can feel, height effects that genuinely land, balanced performance every time, not as bulky as full surround rigs. Premium feel reflects premium price. At some point, the comparison loop just stops. You choose the audio you already kept circling back to, the experience you already knew you wanted. If you're ready to stop settling for thin, flat sound and finally hear audio that actually connects with every scene and track, go ahead and make that move. You'll be glad you didn't wait.